Hi, I'm Peyton.
And I'm Julia. First up on www.nnh, we have Brooke with Australia's Dangerous Ocean Animals.
And after that, we have Ari with Wayne Gretzky.
Thirdly, we have Trent with Pele.
Then we have Lawson with Top 10 Dog Breeds.
Then we have Aiden with Michael Jordan. And after that, we have Peyton with Simone Biles.
Lastly, we have Julia with Noelle Lambert.
Now we have Brooke with Australia's Dangerous Ocean Animals.
I almost did that too. Thank you, Julia. Now, did you know Australia has many dangerous animals, especially in the water? Some of the animals can hurt or even kill you. Let me tell you what some of those animals are. One of the most dangerous animals that live around Australia is the box jellyfish. The box jellyfish mostly lives in coastal waters around North and West Australia. The box jellyfish has tentacles that are 10 feet long, and they have around 60 of them. Each tentacle is filled with tiny, tiny hooks filled with poisonous venom. The box jellyfish can kill more than 60 people in one shock. The box jellyfish holds the most venom out of any animal in the world. A sting from the jellyfish can cause extreme pain, tissue necrosis, which is when an illness, disease, or injury can cause the tissue to die. The sting can also cause cardiac arrest and sometimes even death. If treated in time, you can survive, but it will still cause extreme pain. Another dangerous animal that lives in Australian waters is a blue-ringed octopus. The blue-ringed octopus is not just one type of octopus. It's actually many types, all with blue circular spots. These spots only appear when the octopus is about to dispense its venom or when it feels threatened. Most blue-ringed octopus have tentacles that are 3 inches long, and the octopus itself is about 1 inch. The octopus's tentacles are in a circle around their mouth. It has 8 tentacles like a normal octopus. In some blue-ringed octopuses, they have a funnel that can dispense ink. This ink is from a gland in the liver. One very cool fact about the octopus is that the octopus's blood color is a transparent blue. The reason for this is that the respiratory pigment is focused on a copper atom, whereas a human's is focused on an iron atom. That's why our blood is different colors. Now, if you get bitten or stung by one of these creatures, it's not so fun, because if you do, you go into paralyzation, which can shut down your lungs and muscles in your body that help you breathe. In conclusion, the ocean is a very dangerous place, especially in Australia, so you may want to think before you go in the ocean next time. Personally, I'm going to stick to pools. Now back to you, Peyton.
Thank you, Brooke. I did not know that the box jellyfish has 60 tentacles.
Next up, we have Ari with Wayne Gretzky.
Thank you, Julia. Wayne Gretzky was born in Brantford, Ontario, Canada in 1961. Wayne Gretzky started skating with his dad. Walter Gretzky built a rink in the backyard, and that's how the story started. Wayne practiced for hours in the backyard, and after 45 minutes, Wayne did it. He skated without anything or anyone to hold him. Gretzky could not play without being able to shoot or stick handle, so he did his chores and saved his money to get the supplies he needed. A few years later, he goes to hockey tryouts, more confident than ever. After tryouts, he sits in his room, hoping he makes the team. And then his mom and dad calm him down, and surprisingly, he made the 10-year-old team when he was 8. He scored only 1 goal in his first season, but then the next year he blew up. 338 goals in 1 season. Wow. Then he went to the College of Alberta, and a few years later, at draft time, was the 15th pick for the Edmonton Oilers. They selected Wayne Gretzky out of the University of Alberta. Wayne Gretzky won a few Stanley Cups, but on a lot of different teams. Let me name them for you. The Los Angeles Kings, the St. Louis Blues, and the New York Rangers. Wayne Gretzky has been called the Great One for his remarkable skills and abilities. Wayne Gretzky had many records. Wayne Gretzky broke Gordon Howe's lifetime record for goals. Wayne Gretzky retired in 1999 at the age of 42. He left with 2,857 goals and 1,963 assists. He also played on the Canadian hockey team when the international season started. He played with too many stars to count. One great star was Mark Messier. That is the story of Wayne Gretzky and the different teams and players he played with. Now back to you, Peyton.
Thank you, Ari. I did not know that Wayne Gretzky made the 10-year team when he was only 8.
This next segment features Trent with Taylor.
Thank you, Julia. When Pele was a young kid, he was really poor. He was so poor that he had to wrap socks with newspaper to make a soccer ball because he loved soccer. One day he saw a sign-up sheet for a soccer tournament and he signed up. All of his friends were on the same team too. The first game they had was against older kids that were rich. They had cleats and a team kit. They got destroyed. Later that night, he stole a bag of peanuts. When they were running from the guards, Pele told one of his friends to hide under a rock, and the rock collapsed on his friend. Died that night. He could not stop thinking about his friend's death. The only reason that they stole the peanuts is so they can sell them to get cleats because their feet hurt. The next day, they had another game against the same team, and that game was the championship game. They won the championship game. The week after he got asked to try out for a national team, he made the team. In the first game he did bad because he was taught to play soccer with tricks, but his coach said to not play that way, so he didn't, and he did really bad. Back to you, Julia.
Wow, Trent, I didn't know how much Pele struggled through life.
Fourthly, we have Lawson with top 10 dog breeds.
Thank you, Peyton. Did you know that there are 10 different dogs that are extremely expensive? I'm going to list them from least expensive to most expensive. Number 10, African Hound, worth $7,000. This is one of the most beautiful with their flowing coats and curly tails. They even require daily hair brushing because their long silky coats become tangled very easily. Number 9, Pharaoh Hound, worth $7,500. This is a funny dog because the name means rabbit dog. Its breed means it is used to hunt rabbits. They are highly intelligent and are very athletic. They are so light at 45 to 55 pounds. The breed has an average lifespan of 11 to 14 years. Number 8, the Doggo Argentino, sold for $8,000. These dogs are known for hunting in Asia. It is because this dog is really muscular that people will buy it. Number 7, worth $8,750. The Canadian Eskimo dog. Surprisingly, there were only 300 remaining in 2018. Canadian police killed 20,000 of these dogs. Number 6, Rottweiler, worth $9,000. This one might surprise some people because Rottweilers are a generally more common breed than all the other dogs that I'll present. Number 5, Azawak, worth $9,500. These dogs are mostly known for hunting. They have a lifespan of 12 to 15 years with high quality pet care. Number 4, Tibetan Mastiff, worth $10,000. The Tibetan Mastiff was once sold at auction for $1.9 million. Number 3, Chow Chow, worth $11,000. The Chow Chow originated from China and is one of the rarest and most expensive breeds to care for. Number 2, Laotian, worth $12,000. The Laotian is known as the little lion dog and originated from France. There are only 300 of these dogs in the world. And the number 1 most expensive dog is the Samoyed, sold for $14,000. The Samoyed is the most expensive dog and originated from Siberia. These dogs are very kind and loving. As you can see, these dogs are outrageously expensive to buy and expensive to own. Now back to you.
Thanks, Lawson. I didn't know that the Canadian Eskimo dog has less than 300 remaining in its kind.
Next on www.nnh, we have Aiden with Michael Jordan.
Thank you, Peyton. Michael Jeffrey Jordan was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1963. He had 4 brothers and sisters. Jordan liked playing basketball and baseball in high school. Jordan went to the University of North Carolina on a basketball scholarship. He helped the team win a championship in 1982 by shooting the winning shot. Jordan left college, and he wanted to play in the NBA. Jordan was drafted to the Chicago Bulls in 1984. Jordan was really good in his rookie season and won Rookie of the Year award. Jordan became one of the best players of all time in the NBA. He won 3 championships in a row with the Bulls. Jordan was a very popular basketball player when he retired. He was in many TV commercials. Nike named sneakers after him. They were called Air Jordans. Michael Jordan retired for the first time in 1993. The people were surprised that he retired so early. He retired because his father died when he was shot at the side of the sidewalk. Jordan played baseball after his father died. Then suddenly, Jordan returned back to the NBA. People were so happy that Jordan was back. When Jordan was back with the Chicago Bulls, he helped the Bulls win another championship. Then Jordan retired for the second time in 1999, but in 2001, Jordan was back in the NBA and played for the Washington Wizards for his last 2 seasons. He retired for the last time on April 16, 2003. Now back to you, Peyton.
Thank you, Aiden. I did not know that Michael Jordan went to the University of North Carolina.
6th, we have Peyton with Simone Biles.
Thank you, Julia. Did you know that Simone Biles won 7 gold medals? Have you ever won any gold medals? I know I haven't, but I do know that Simone Biles is a great gymnast. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Simone Biles is a world champion Olympic gymnast. She was born on March 14, 1997. In June 2021, Simone got the twisties. According to Health.com, the twisties is a certain kind of mental block that a gymnast can experience as they're in the air during a twisting skill. They are really dangerous because the gymnast might do extra twists, flips, or skill because they are not able to control their body, and they might get hurt landing. Simone first knew she had the twisties when she was on vault at the Tokyo Olympics. She went to do 2.5 twists in the air, but only did 1.5. At that moment, she knew something was wrong. After that, she was pulled out of the Olympics to focus on her mental health. And after the incident, Simone trained in Japan at Juntendo's University, and they got her some private training so she can figure out what happened and what went wrong, so she can get her skills back. In an interview, Simone said some ways she got over her twisties, like how her coaches told her to get on a trampoline and complete a full end. And the moment she jumped, she said it all came back to her. Also, Simone never gave up, even when she got pulled out of the Olympics. She didn't give up because she knew that her mental health was more important than gymnastics. All in all, I hope you learned a lot about Simone Biles. She is one of the best gymnasts in the world, and even when something goes wrong, don't ever give up. Back to you, Julia.
Thanks, Peyton. I did not know that Simone Biles trained in Jutendo University.
Lastly, not to be outdone, we have Julia with Noelle Lambert.
Thank you, Peyton. Noelle Lambert was born on January 24, 1997. She is an American Paralympian track and field athlete and a motivational speaker. She has 3 siblings and is the daughter of Jeffrey and Judy Lambert, and is also the founder of the Born to Run Foundation in Londonderry, New Hampshire, U.S. In addition to that, Noelle was on the TV show Survivor. In 2016, the Paralympian lost her leg in a moped accident, but that didn't stop her from spreading hope to the world. Noelle says her accident is the best thing that ever happened to her because she is able to help others by sharing her experience. Because of this, she is determined to spread the message of hope, determination, and perseverance through the Born to Run Foundation. Noelle lost her leg while she was driving a moped that she rented. She never actually driven one before, but her friend had had a bad experience driving one. She accidentally lost control while she was trying to steer the vehicle and hit a dump truck. The driver behind her basically saved her life by wrapping his t-shirt around her leg. Still, Noelle continued on her athletic journey. Without that sense of determination and that power that drove her to carry on with her athletic career, she wouldn't be the person she is today. Noelle graduated from UMass Lowell and started to train for the U.S. Paralympic team with a goal of competing in track and field, a sport in which she had never participated in. In the fall of 2019, Lambert broke the U.S. women's record at the World Para-Athletics Championship in Dubai. Then again in 2021, Noelle placed 6th in the 100 meter in Tokyo and also broke her own American record. Noelle received 4 awards in 2019 and 1 in 2022. They are listed in timeline order. On May 9, 2019, she was honored by the New England Women's Leadership Award by the Boys and Girls Club in Dorchester, Mass. On May 14, 2019, Noelle earned the Wilma Rudolph Student Athletic Achievement Award. She received the Myra Craft Community MVP Award and was also honored by the Boston Celtics as a hero among us for her commitment to helping others. She received the O'Leary Women's of Worth Award for her charitable work in her community in 2022. In conclusion, this is some information about Noelle Lambert and how she didn't stop no matter what life threw at her, and how in the end she was an inspiration to others. Back to you, Peyton.
Cool, Julia. I did not know that Noelle Lambert won so many awards.
That's all on www.nnh.
Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Natalie.
Hi, I'm Avy.
And
You're watching CAMDC News.
First up, we have Brody with Mummies,
Next we have Jameson with Aaron Judge, then William with Kobe Bryant,
Avy with the Infantry Basic Officer Leadership Course,
then Natalie with Disney Cruise Line.
and last but not least, Logan with Michael Jordan. Now to you, Brody.
Did you know that there are 7 million mummies made in Egypt? There are 7 steps of making mummies. The first step is announcing a death. Ambling and purifying the body is the second step. The third step is discharging the brain from the dead body. The fourth step is removal of the internal organs. The fifth step is drying out the body. Stuffing the body is the sixth step. The seventh step is wrapping the body in the final decoration. The purpose of animal mummies. Some mummified animals were indebted as food offerings to humans in the afterlife. To animals such as cats, cows, falcons, frogs, baboons, and vultures. How they buried their cats. They mummified and placed in a tomb with their owner. The ancient Egyptians believed that when you die, your spiritual body will continue in the afterlife. Osiris was the god and chief judge in the afterlife. The Baal looks after the dead people. The cow looks after the family. I hope you learned many interesting facts about mummies.
Wow, Brody, that is cool how the ancient Egypts believed that your body would continue in the afterlife.
Thanks, Brody. That's cool how there's 70 million mummies made in Egypt. Next up, we have Jameson with Aaron Judge.
Thank you, Avy. Aaron James Judge was born on April 26, 1992 in Sacramento, California. He was adopted the day after he was born. Today, Judge is 6 foot 7 inches tall and 282 pounds. He went to college at California State University and played baseball for Fresno State Bulldogs. The New York Yankees selected him as the 32nd pick in the first round of the 2013 MLB draft. He hit 62 home runs in a single season in 2022. In his career with the Yankees, Judge has a 284 batting average, 220 home runs, and 497 RBIs in 729 games over a span of 7 seasons. Roger Maris hit 61 home runs when he was a Yankee, and exactly 61 years later, Aaron Judge hit 61 home runs. Judge signed a 9-year, $360 million contract with the New York Yankees in December of 2022 in a single season home run record in October when he hit his 62nd home run.
Thanks, Jameson. I can't believe Aaron Judge signed a $360 million contract with the Yankees.
Wow, Jameson, that is really cool how he hit 62 home runs in a single season.
Next up is William with Kobe Bryant.
Thank you, Avy. Did you know that Kobe has scored 81 points in one game and played for 19 years? Kobe was born on August 23, 1978 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and died on January 26, 2020 in Calabasas, California. Kobe died in a helicopter crash on his way to his daughter's game. Bryant loved to play basketball. He did not go to college, but he did go to high school, and he was a star player on his team. His father, Joe, played basketball. He was a professional player and paid to play. Then his family moved to Italy, and Joe played there for 8 years. Then Bryant's family moved back to Philadelphia. Bryant helped the Lakers to 5 championships. Kobe Bryant had a really successful career in basketball. He received an excellent deal of praise from sports writers and fans. Bryant was often compared with the legendary NBA player Michael Jordan because of his overall shooting, dunks, etc. who is one of the all-time greats in Lakers history. He won a lot of rewards during his basketball career. Also, he played 18 All-Star games. When Kobe was on the Lakers, he was a shooting guard. He retired in 2015 and died in 2020. And he was the numbers 8 and 24. And he played from 1996 to 2015. And that's all the info for Kobe Bean Bryant. Back to you, Natalie.
Thanks, William. I did not know that Kobe played for 19 years.
Wow, William. I didn't know that Kobe Bryant played in 18 All-Star games.
Now it's Avery with the Infantry Basic Officer Leadership course.
Thank you, Natalie. Every 17 weeks at Fort Benning, Georgia, the Infantry Basic Officer Leadership course, also known as IBOLIC, begins a new cohort. The course was founded on April 1st, 1907, and has remained a qualifying Army's Leaders course since then. This course was not open to women until 2016. The first group of women included of 11 active duty women and one National Guard woman, a second lieutenant from Londonderry, New Hampshire, and her name was Katrina Simpson. In this course, there were 166 people divided up into platoons. Simpson was in the weapons squad of 4th Platoon, a mechanized infantry platoon. The weapons squad's job was to carry machine guns and heavy equipment to include ammo. This is one of the most challenging squads to be in because of all the heavy equipment that had to be carried. The 240 Bravo machine gun weighs almost 30 pounds. For 12 out of the 17 weeks, the officers slept outside while they trained for war. The weather was either very hot or rainy. Simpson's squad had to build trenches around their sleeping site to prevent flooding when it was downpouring. The lieutenants never got to sleep on anything but the ground, never on tents or in sleeping bags. Since there was no food in the woods where the course takes place, everybody ate MREs, which stands for Meal Ready to Eat. These include a main course, 3 snacks, napkins, silverware, seasonings, gum, a beverage, and sometimes, if you're lucky, a pack of M&Ms or Skittles. These meals are supposed to last the whole day, but sometimes people eat them all at once. MREs hurt Simpson's stomach, so she kept baby food and tuna in her pack. This particular course had a lot of physical activities like running, push-ups, pull-ups, and attack drills. In this drill, groups of about 3 or 4 had to set up a machine gun. Every person in the group has a very important job. One person must hold up the gun while the other 2 aim the gun and load it. Katrina Simpson holds the title of the first National Guard woman to pass this course, and now many others have. She is also a very great mom, and I should know because I'm her kid. The Infantry Basic Officer Leadership course is both very important and very helpful to those who participate in it. I am very proud of my mom and all that she has accomplished. Back to you, Natalie.
Wow, Avy, that is really cool how your mom was the first woman to complete the course.
Now it's Natalie with Disney Cruise Line.
Thanks, Avy. Did you know Disney Cruise Line has recently celebrated 25 years of service? According to cruisecritic.com, Disney Cruise Line was founded on July 30th, 1998. The Dream was later established January 19th, 2011, as well as the Fantasy on January 10th, 2012. The Disney Dream and Fantasy weigh 130,000 tons. That is heavier than 17,000 male African elephants. According to DCL News, the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy have 3 restaurants that you rotate from throughout the cruise, and all have a capacity of 696 people. These restaurants' names are Animator's Palette, which includes a drawing activity which dances on the screen later on, Royal Palace, and Enchanted Garden. All appetizers, main courses, and desserts are free, as well as the drinks. They also have more restaurants on Deck 11, which are Flo's Caf, Luigi's Pizza, Toastmaster's Grill, Cabanas, and Fillmore's Favorites Quick Service. Ice cream, frozen treats, smoothies, and Sweet Onion Ice Cream Shop are all treat shops. According to DCL News, the Disney Dream and Fantasy are sister ships, and they are the middle-sized ship. They are both 1,115 feet in length and 128 feet in width. They can hold up to 4,000 guests and 1,400 crew members. The Fantasy and the Dream have 1,250 staterooms, and 9 of the 14 decks have cabins. The Disney Dream, Disney Fantasy, Disney Wish, and Disney Magic are the only ships that visit Disney's private island called Castaway Cay, located in the Bahamas. The Disney Dream and Fantasy, during the days at sea and the days at port, they have many different activities including trivia, bingo, crafts, and way more. Disney's Oceaneer Club and Lab are for kids ages 3 to 12, The Edge is for kids ages 11 to 14, and The Vibe is for kids 14 to 17. All of the clubs have different planned activities throughout the day, including open house, gaga ball, karaoke, dodgeball, Just Dance, Mario Kart, and more. Disney Cruise Line ships are truly the happiest places on Earth. Back to you, Avy.
Wow, Natalie, that is cool how the ships individually weigh more than 17,000 male African elephants. Logan, you're up.
Thank you, Natalie. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. How he got there is what I'm going to tell you. Here's some proof. Here's some proof he is one of the greatest players of all time. He averaged 37.8 points per game in his prime and 28 points in his rookie season. Michael Jeffrey Jordan was born February 17, 1963 in Brooklyn, New York, but moved to Washington at 4. So he was unable to soak in basketball's New York's basketball atmosphere. When Michael was 7 years old, he moved to North Carolina. When Michael was in his freshman year of high school, he tried out for the varsity basketball team. When he entered the locker room, his name was not on the list. That drove him to work extra hard, but in the summer of his sophomore year, he grew 4 inches and worked out constantly. And then he made it his sophomore year. There was one shot that jumped his career into hyperdrive. It was 1983, down by 1 in the college championship game. Michael Jordan shoots a mid-range and he scores. North Carolina State wins the college basketball championship. And that is when he really got noticed by NBA scouts. Michael Jordan was the 3rd pick in the 1984 NBA draft and was drafted to the Chicago Bulls. In the first 4 seasons of his career, he had a bad team who couldn't win, but it all changed when they drafted Scottie Pippen and traded for Horace Grant. Michael Jordan won his first championship in 1991 because of Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant. After his first championship, he never stopped. The only other unsuccessful season was 1995. Otherwise, when he was on the Bulls, he won 3 championships in a row 2 times. It would have been 4 more if he didn't retire and lose in 1995. That proves he is the GOAT.
Thanks, Logan. That's cool how after he didn't make varsity as a freshman, he tried again as a sophomore.
Nice, Logan. It is cool how he won his first championship in 1991.
Thanks for watching CAMDC News.
Welcome to Lemur News. First is Mason on football.
Second is Ryan on Strawberry Bank.
Third is TJ and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Fourth is Miles and Jason Tatum.
Fifth is Nora on cat body language.
Last is Jaden on ballet.
Here's Mason with football.
Thank you, Ryan. Have you ever heard of the greatest Super Bowl or a quarterback scoring a receiving touchdown or the craziest touchdown ever? I'll teach you about it in this story. Have you ever heard of these plays? In the Super Bowl, it was the Atlanta Falcons versus the Patriots. The Atlanta Falcons were winning with a 28-3 lead midway through the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 51. Tom Brady and the Patriots offense were struggling to get the ball down the field. Brady suffered from many sacks. The Patriots needed 8 points to tie the game. Brady threw to Edelman and he caught it when he was double covered. That helped tie the game and it was an important drive. James White ran the winning touchdown overtime. Brady went into the record books as the first quarterback to win 5 Super Bowls. He has won 7 in his career. Philadelphia Eagles have never won a Super Bowl until 2018, which is the year of the Philly. The Philly was a very cool play that helped the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Quarterback Nick Foles went to a side of his offensive line, and his tight end Trey Burton passed the ball to Foles, who was all alone in the end zone. The Eagles ultimately won by 8 points. It was right before Christmas 1972, and the game took place at Three Rivers Stadium. The Pittsburgh Steelers were playing against the Oakland Raiders. The play made the Steelers the king of the 70s. With 22 seconds, Steelers quarterback Terry Bradshaw threw the ball to Frenchie Fuku. He caught the ball at the same time as Raiders safety Jack Tatum. Fuku got the ball as Tatum hit him. Franco Harris caught it and ran to the end zone and scored a touchdown. That is the immaculate reception. I hope you learned about these historic football playoff moments and found them as interesting as I did. My favorite of these 3 plays is New England Patriots coming back and beating the Atlanta Falcons when they were losing by 25 points. I'll never forget that game. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Mason. I never knew the Falcons were winning the game, but when they lost.
Next is Ryan with Strawberry Bank.
Have you ever seen the beauties of Strawberry Bank? Today I'll talk about Strawberry Bank, which is a historic museum that many people from all over the world visit. It is located in the southeastern New Hampshire on the Atlantic coast. You can visit Strawberry Bank and see how settlers lived and worked from the 1600s to the 1950s. Strawberry Bank was a town which is now known as Portsmouth. It is an outdoor museum that has more than 32 buildings dating from the 1600s. You can visit John Paul Jones, the father of American Navy's home at Strawberry Bank. Jones said, I have not yet begun to fight when a British warship demanded him to surrender. Many of the homes at Strawberry Bank have been rebuilt and look like homes from the past. There are hands-on exhibits like making traditional spices and artifact digging, and sewing traditional clothing. Some of the homes now serve as gift shops. Strawberry Bank was discovered by Captain Walter Neal and the English colonists. They named Strawberry Bank after the berries growing along the river. In 1950, Strawberry Bank kicked out its immigrant residents and was scheduled to be destroyed. Many of the residents fought to save Strawberry Bank, and that's how it became a historic museum. I hope all this information makes you want to visit Strawberry Bank this summer and explore the history of New Hampshire.
Wow, Ryan, I never knew that Strawberry Bank had that much history.
Here's TJ's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Thank you, Ryan. Cristiano Ronaldo is a Portuguese soccer player. Ronaldo was born in February 1985. When he was a kid, his mom was a cook and cleaner. His dad was the equipment manager for the local soccer club. His dad introduced Ronaldo to soccer. Ronaldo had really good soccer skills, but one thing that was stopping him from doing his best in soccer was he had a lot of heart problems, and it was really hard for him to keep up with the other players. He had to get surgery on his heart, and then he was fine to play and move on. His first official game was in 2002. These are all the teams he's played for ever since he started playing pro soccer. 2003 to 2009, he played for Manchester United. 2009 to 2018, he played for Real Madrid. 2018 to 2021, he played for Juventus. 2021 to 2022, he played for Manchester United once again. And now in 2023, he plays for Al Nassr. In 2015, Ronaldo passed the all-time record for most goals in UEFA Champions League. He has won 5 Ballon d'Or awards, 4 European Golden Shoe awards, the most ever by a European player in history. He has won 7 league trophies and 5 Champions League trophies. Cristiano was also the top paid player in 2014. In 2016, he added another trophy to his case. He led his national team, Portugal, to the championship final against France. Although he was plagued with a knee injury halfway through the game, he motivated his team to victory. One cool thing about Ronaldo is he can jump as high as a normal basketball player. That's pretty cool. He uses that ability for heading the ball. Back to you, Ryan.
Amazing, but it's sad that Ronaldo had heart problems when he was younger.
Here's Miles with information on Jason Tatum.
Thank you, Mason. Jason Tatum is a great basketball player, and he plays for the Boston Celtics. He also leads his team to success. He is number 0. Jason Tatum usually averages around 30 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. And here are how the 2022 NBA Finals went for Warriors vs. Celtics. Tatum had a pretty rusty game, but his team won 120 to 108 in Game 1. But in Game 2, the Warriors were ready to play and won the game 107 to 88. In Game 3 and 4, it split 1-1, but the Warriors had 2 very good games of 5 and 6. And the Warriors barely won. Stephen Curry got MVP. As a kid, Tatum was best friends with a superstar who would end up being in the NBA. Bradley Beal was Tatum's best friend when he was younger. They always used to play 1v1 against each other. They played together every day. Even though Beal was better than Tatum, he still practiced and became a great player. He knew that Beal was better, but that wouldn't stop Tatum from pushing himself. Now they have a friendly rival and always shake hands after Tatum and Beal play each other. Tatum and his teammate Jaylen Brown are both a great duo and great playmakers. They both average over 25 points per game. Tatum earned the first Larry Bird Trophy, which is a trophy that represents Larry Bird, who played for the Celtics in 1976. The Celtics are in the Eastern Conference, and the best player in the Eastern Conference gets the Larry Bird Trophy. Tatum and Brown are 2 Celtics offensive stars. Although the Celtics do struggle sometimes, then Tatum and Brown can't find the rhythm, and the bench can't find the rhythm on defense. And they're just getting scored on a lot, then it'll be hard to fight back. The Celtics are overall a great team and very hard to beat. I hope you like learning about Jason Tatum and me, and this will help you. Back to you, Mason.
I never knew that him and Brown are really good together.
Here's Nora on cat body language.
Did you know that when house cats are kittens, they have to figure out how to meow because cats only meow to humans and not in the wild? If you have a cat at home and have no idea what they're saying to you, well, I'm going to tell you about the cat language. First, I'll tell you about how you know if your cat is happy. Look at his tail. Is his tail standing straight up and bent a little? If so, he is happy. Now, have you ever heard your cat make a weird rumbling noise? Well, that means they are showing you love and most likely want to be pet. Also, they might flop over on their back and show you their fluffy belly, but that doesn't mean they are looking for a tummy rub. Cats don't want to be pet on their belly because it's
their most valuable spot on their body, and cats in the wild go for the belly first when they attack. Okay, now I will talk about ear language. If your cat's ears are staying straight up and tall, that means they're happy. It might look like they're alert, but it's really not them being alert. If you see your cat's ears are sideways, that means they're alert. One more thing, if your cat's ears are twitching, that means they're nervous. Now for eye language. If you see your cat staring at you, do not stare them in the eyes back. Why? Because in their world, it's considered a threat. So if you want to stare them in the eyes, next time just slowly wink at them so they know you're not threatening them and just saying I love you. Last language is love language. If your cat goes up to you and meows loudly, that just means they are hungry. If you're in bed and your cat jumps on the bed and starts kneading the pillow or the blanket, that means they're showing you lots of love. Now you know when your cat says they're angry, happy, scared, or mad.
Thanks, Nora. I'll never look at any cat's eye again.
Lastly, here's Jane on ballet.
Thank you, Mason. Ballet is a well-defined art. Ballet is constant styled movements and positions. Scenery, music, and costumes are ballet's artistic elements. Misty Copeland is a fabulous dancer. I will tell you all about her career and how it started. Misty Copeland was born September 10, 1982, in Kansas City, Missouri. She's an American ballet dancer. She became the first African-American female dancer in 2015. Misty was noticed on the middle school drill team. Her talent was so good they recommended to attend a ballet class by Cynthia Bradley at the Boys and Girls Club. Her classes were becoming more intense. Because Misty's classes had been getting harder, she moved in with Bradley and her family. Misty's mom had a fight with Bradley, so Misty moved back in with her family. At the Los Angeles Music Center Spotlight Awards, she won first prize in the category ballet at the age 15. At the ABT's intensive summer program, she won a scholarship in the 20,000s. Ballet technique is very hard. Let me tell you some tiny details. The feet and legs in ballet are turned out. The feet make a 180-degree position so the hip joint is rotated outward. The arms in ballet are curved and the elbows are held gently. There are 5 positions in ballet: first, second, third, fourth, and fifth positions. Bar work is used a lot in ballet. The common moves are arabesques, pliés, and pirouettes. Grand plie, attitude, and lifts are harder ballet moves. Ballet shows are very graceful. People work really hard to be in ballet shows. It takes a long time to make a ballet show. Working with others is key to shows. They use props and costumes. Preparing before a performance is very helpful for the show. Don't you think starting ballet in middle school is hard to catch up with others that have been dancing for about 10 years? That's what Misty Copeland went through to develop her ballet technique. Back to you, Mason.
Wow, Jane, I never knew that she was the first African principal dancer. That's all for
Neighbor News.